stop. This video was created for you because it is about you. You are here because as a little innocent boy, you were searching for something, curious about something you thought was harmless, something that gave you a rush like nothing else. Your whole life you knew there was something about women, something about the way they made you feel, something that was happening inside your body. And then one day, you found a magazine with the sexy girls inside, or you found a website that was loaded with graphic images. And just like that, you found what you were looking for, or so you thought. The pornography took you on a roller coaster of emotions, a feeling of ecstasy and pleasure you couldn't even describe. It made you feel alive. There was something inside of you that was finally being released, but you had no idea how damaging it will be, how badly this would affect your love life, how this would make you feel so empty and lonely, how much it would damage your confidence inside and outside the bedroom. Teachers at school taught you that masturbating and ejaculating was healthy and normal, that you could do it as many times as you want with no negative consequences. So you carried on consuming, looking at more and more naked women, and your whole world was wrapped up in it. And soon you found yourself hooked on dopamine hit after dopamine hit, looking at more porn, touching yourself to it, ejaculating to it, hijacking your dopamine system, draining your energy, and leaving you feeling empty on the inside. And then when it came to sex in the real life, you had no idea what to do. Without realizing it, you tricked your body into thinking you could have sex with your hand, but it was never meant to be like that. And you were never meant to have access to naked women at such a young age. Sex in real life is totally different. There's a real person you have to connect with and please. And you could no longer drift away into fantasy while getting off. Because you could easily get off with your own hand, but not with a real woman. And nothing prepared you for how you felt when you couldn't meet your lover's needs. Coming before she was ready for it. Or even worse, coming instantly. Going soft when she needed you the most. Unable to make her come the way she needs it. Because guess what? Most women want to come just like you do. But despite this, she told you that it doesn't matter, just to spare your feelings. But you could see it in her eyes. She was expecting so much more. She was expecting a different type of man. A man who could fill her needs. But you were thinking you were less of a man. And it all happened because society taught that porn and ejaculation is totally normal and healthy. Even though it kills your libido and motivation in life. Even though it ruins any chance you ever have of connecting with women. Even though it causes you to go soft during sex and come way too fast. Even though it makes you disappoint your lover badly. Society lied to you, and right now as you sit there watching this, you are suffering because of their lies. You can't satisfy women the way you know you could. And if you can't satisfy women the way they truly crave, that means that you are destined to be alone forever. Eventually, your wife or your future partner will leave you or cheat on you, run off with another man who can please her, and get the pleasure she couldn't get from you. Because let me tell you this, after all the lies you were told, you never stood a chance at pleasing women until now. Because I'm about to give you the truth about women and sex, the truth you should have known from the start, the truth about sex you were never meant to find out. and the truth about women that was kept from you all along. So keep watching this video, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the whole truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth. So you can reverse the lies you were force-fed when you were younger. So you can reverse any problem porn has caused you, so that finally you can become a beacon of intense sexual pleasure for women. Sleep at night satisfied with your performance. Take care of every single one of your woman's needs. She won't even daydream about being with another man without having to pretend to be this fake alpha macho man or compromising your morals. Without using weird manipulation tactics, relying on pills or medication to perform, or changing who you are or pretending to be someone you're not. It's all done in just 5 simple steps. In fact, it's the fastest way to become the ultimate source of joy for women, because that's the $1 million question. And by the end of this video, you're going to have the $1 million answer. Hey, my name is Steffo 𝗔𝗵𝘂𝘁, and for the past 8 years, I've been helping guys fix their sex life and love life. Why am I qualified to do this? Well, I was also completely lost when it came to sex. I sold all my stuff, I traveled to India to find myself, and I stumbled across the ancient world of Tantra and Tantric sex. My whole world changed. This was the knowledge about women and sex we were never taught as boys. And after immersing myself in these remarkable mystic teachings, I started to notice that certain men could effortlessly give women powerful and addictive orgasms and make her completely loyal. And gradually I realized there were 5 things that those successful men were doing that the other men were not. I started to apply these 5 shifts in my own life, and I saw how my whole sexual performance completely transformed in front of my eyes. And since I saw such a tremendous shift in my life, I held small community events to help other men go through this transformation. And soon enough, guys started having breakthroughs and totally transformed within weeks. Then guys started asking me to personally coach them on this 5-step method. And that's how the Tantric Academy started 8 years ago. The same 5-step method we now call the FLT method, which is short for the 5-level transformation. The reason this method works so well is because it doesn't just teach you some crazy sex techniques. It works because it transforms who you are as a man. And that's why the FLT method transforms you on a mental, emotional, energetic, sexual, and spiritual level. First, use the power of your subconscious mind. Remove any self-limiting beliefs you have about sex, yourself, women, and intimate relationships. Secondly, gain emotional intelligence you never knew you had. Thirdly, gain control of your masculine energy. Fourth, discover Tantra, the real A to Z of sexual magic. And 5, expand your consciousness to higher states of spirituality and see your energy levels go through the roof. Feel a sense of presence, calm, and clarity when you walk around, and experience mind-bending energy orgasms with 0 refractory period. With this method, I helped hundreds of guys completely transform their sex life and love life, and even made them more successful in their career. Because there's no greater force in the universe than sexual energy. It has the power to produce life, the Big Bang. Wars have been fought over women's sex and desire. So to have control over your sexual energy and then transmuting that is like having access to a superpower. And that is exactly why we use the 5-step transformation inside the Tantric Man Experience, the Rolls-Royce of Tantra programs for men. This program has been featured on Vice, Rolling Stone, Ask Men, News Talk, Good Men Project. In this program, we use the FLT method to take you from level 0 to complete sexual mastery in just 2 months. We take you through the transformation in the fastest way possible with custom one-on-one mentorship, group coaching, course content, and community, so you can become a sexual Jedi with women. Sounds good, right? But I know there might be a big question in your mind. Why did I create this program? You see, once I learned how to become a masterful lover, I got hooked on sex, threesomes, orgies, but the problem was I was diving into this empty hole of desire and getting lost in it, lost in worldly pleasure. Instead of sticking to the reason I initially came to Tantra, because I wanted to transcend the superficial pleasure into true intimacy. And that's why I created the Tantric Man Experience. Not because I'm a saint, but because I want to pass it forward and offer my services to men across the world and feel peace and fulfillment in my heart. And that's why I offer my services to you as you watch this video right now. Curious if this will even work for you. This is also why I offered a 5-step transformation to John, who experienced a full-body orgasm with his partner that felt like Godzilla, beaming light and pleasure out of his crown during sex. Just take a look. And how would you describe that feeling? Because not every man has experienced something like that. In your words, how was that?
I mean, I guess blissful is a cheap word, but it feels like, if I could explain it, it feels like there's like a beam from my crown just like growing. And I don't know if you ever seen Godzilla, where he like beams out like that.
Oh
That's how
yeah,
it feels
yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, like an
And
expansion.
right, and it happens over and over and over again, and it's pretty much unlimited to the extent of the time I want to spend doing that.
And for the same reason, I offer this 5-step transformation to Xander, who was an average lover with low sexual confidence and couldn't last long in the bedroom. And one day, his wife woke up and said she couldn't take it anymore. She couldn't go on like this. Xander went into a deep state of depression. He couldn't eat or sleep for 10 days, but then he found me. And with the FLT method, he went through a massive transformation and saved his marriage from divorce. Now, he has sexual confidence in the bedroom, can last way longer, and has intimacy with his wife on a deep and emotional level. Just take a look.
I had always struggled in every relationship I was in with confidence and confidence in my own sexuality. I thought it was fine because my understanding of what sex was 5 minutes of heated pleasure, right? She had had experiences that were far more intimate and with a deeper connection that lasted a lot longer. In the back of her mind, she was always wishing that was something that could happen with us. It wasn't good. I think it was this quiet pain that she was in, that she just suppressed that need for so long. But she finally woke up one day and sort of had a spiritual awakening and said, you know what? Life is short, and I'm already halfway through it. And this is a fundamental need that I need in my life. I felt so threatened and fearful. I didn't sleep or eat for 10 days. I went to a deep state of depression. By the end of it, and or at least halfway through, she could notice a difference in how I looked, how I acted. There was this sort of magnetism, this curiosity. A lot of couples in our situation probably may have gotten divorced. I needed to save my marriage. I needed to take action. We've already had much deeper experiences and connections that would not have happened 4 months ago. You know, just having better, great sex.
I also offer this 5-step transformation to Alexander, who had a powerful energy orgasm with his partner. He felt like he was on LSD, while both his partner and himself were throbbing and shaking with more and more pleasure.
It felt kind of like I was on LSD pretty much.
Wow.
Everything was very bright, very colorful. I've had somewhat of energy orgasm, like orgasms without ejaculating. The longer we had sex that time, we just started throbbing more and more, and I felt like my whole body was shaking. Eventually, I felt that I was standing on a mountaintop. I was keeping eye contact all the time, and she was throbbing as well. And I told her that she's Shakti, the cosmic creative energy, and kept going. And I don't know, it was really, I started to crying. It was a lot of, I think, blockages that was releasing. Yeah, it was a really powerful experience.
How about Jay, who's having sex for hours with some water breaks? Or Steven, who went from a minute man to 2 hours of lovemaking? Or Tyler, who went from only sleeping with 6 women in his entire life to sleeping with 7 women in 14 days and giving one of the women 15 orgasms in one lovemaking session, which completely transformed his entire life.
Women telling me again, like, they'd never experienced anything like that, having multiple orgasms. I mean, more than, like, one lady had 15 orgasms. Like, it's just, that's absurd.
How did that woman feel after 15 orgasms in one session? And how did you feel after that?
I felt like a Superman. And she was just like, what the fuck, Tyler? What the fuck? Like, she was blown away. Like, she was just, yeah, totally amazed. And it was a really powerful feeling, total validation. And having sexual mastery over yourself is a game changer.
Or Patrick, who's now a multi-orgasmic man. He never believed he could achieve something like that. And now he's one of the 3% of elite men who can move his sexual energy and control his ejaculation.
Multi-orgasmic, just that. I have always been curious about energy. I've been open-minded with that, but I've always put it to the side, like, these people are special. Never did I think that I could be one of them. So that is big, capital B, that I'm able to move energy. I'm able to stop my ejaculation. I'm able to prolong it. It's a confidence builder. You don't have to worry anymore.
And I can't forget about Mattia, Moses, Ad, and Felix. You can pause the video here if you want to read their story, but these amazing stories are just a few amongst hundreds. Now, I want you to notice, all of these men at one point could not satisfy their women, and now they can immensely satisfy women however they want. And they all had one thing in common. They decided to use the FLT method to completely transform the sex and love life. So let's get straight to the point. If you're watching this video right now, it means that something here has resonated with you. It means that you could see yourself going through the 5-level transformation, that you could be the guy that give women multiple, intense, whole-body orgasms that leaves her screaming and spasming for so much pleasure. It means that you could see yourself becoming a powerful, stoic, and heroic man. So here's how you can take your first step. To be invited to the Tantric Man Experience, we must first see if we are a good match. We jump on a call to see where you're stuck right now, what your goals are, and if we can help you achieve them. We do this for a few reasons. Number one, we want to make sure that you are committed and motivated to become the type of man that can handle the power of becoming a near sex god. Because this power is not meant for all men. You must use this power wisely, respectfully, and responsibly. 2, we want to make sure that you are a coachable and friendly person. To become the best version of yourself, you need feedback. So you have to be willing to reflect on yourself in order to improve yourself. And lastly, we want to show you your unique roadmap to sexual mastery so you know exactly what you need to work on. Now, look, let me level with you. All your life you had a problem of being fed lies. Lies about how you should view sex. Lies about how sex really works. Lies that stopped you from satisfying women. But now, you no longer have a problem. You have a solution. But that solution comes with a choice. The choice to either ignore everything I just told you and continue taking the hard path in life, trying to please women as best as you can, but not really getting anywhere, hoping that eventually, in years to come, you might figure it out. Or You can take everything I just showed you and use the FLT method to become the man that women are fiercely addicted to, the man that can keep a woman satisfied for a lifetime, to become the man you were always meant to be. But I can't make this decision for you. All I can do is show you the way. The choice is yours and yours to make. But choose carefully, because the choice you make right now is going to decide the rest of your life, because it's a decision that has the power to show you the truth, one that you will look back on and realize that this very moment was the moment that everything changed for you. So right now, your chance to get access to all of this has appeared under this video. Do you see that button or link below? All you have to do is to click it. That button or link is your ticket to the truth, because the moment you click it is the moment you choose to make that decision. Hit that button and realize that click is the only thing standing between you and losing your house, kids, and half your assets to the divorce courts. Hit that button and realize that click is the only thing standing between you and a life of happiness, pleasure, and fulfillment with women. Hit that button and realize that click is the only thing standing between you and becoming a sexual Jedi. Hit that button and discover the truth, because after you click that button, you can say goodbye to your relationships with women. There won't be anything like they are now, and they will love you in a way you never thought possible. And you can say goodbye to your friends. They won't recognize the powerful and integrated masculine leader that you have become. Say goodbye to your family. They won't believe their eyes when you see you accomplish such greatness. And say goodbye to your boss, because you might even triple your income. And most importantly, say goodbye to early misfires, flop drama, performance anxiety, porn addiction, and low sexual confidence. Say goodbye to the possibility of being alone forever. Say goodbye to a sexless marriage. And instead, say hello to rock-solid confidence, women hanging on every word and daydreaming about you. Say hello to being an integrated king, living your life to your full potential. Everyone being jealous of the amazing relationship that you have. Say hello to becoming a beacon of intense sexual pleasure for women, making them come and scream in total delight. And say hello to making women dripping wet before she even gets to the bedroom. And now, I want to introduce you to a guy who can effortlessly give mind-bending orgasms to women. He radiates sexual charisma, confidence, and people can't help to stare at him when he walks down the street. He can make women quiver with uncontrollable pleasure every time he touches them. Oh, and by the way, this guy is you 2 months from now. Click that button and book your call with me or my team so you can get started today. Get started on becoming the man you never had the chance to be. Because now, for the first time in your life, you have the chance to become that man. Because it's not your fault that you got into porn so early in your life. It's not your fault that you were fed lies that skewed your views about sex. It's not your fault they stopped you from truly connecting with women, your own sexuality, and giving women the intense sexual pleasure they so desperately crave. But now that you know how to become that man, it will be your fault if you don't decide to transform yourself. And how you transform yourself is by clicking that button down below. Oh, and one more thing. Everything I just told you probably goes against everything you heard from your friends, family, or even everyone else you know. I can only ask you one question. How many of them are the type of men that can experience energy orgasms or give women multiple orgasms or make them squirt on command and completely control their own sexual energy? Listen, it's up to you. 2 months from today, You can be nothing more than 60 days older, or you can be on your way to becoming a beacon of intense sexual pleasure for women. You decide.